Some undefined smell in there, too, made him reluctant. Nothing you could put your finger on. These people had money, a lot of money. The father was in a private clinic, his elder daughter dead, presumed murdered. A grandson, orphaned now, the other daughter weeping louder and louder, and no sign of the prosecutor's car. What was taking him so long? No matter how far away he lived, there was no traffic in August. The marshal walked around the pool and turned the corner of the rough stone tower to return to the studded main doors of the villa, one of those fortified country houses from centuries ago, severe stone buildings with bars at the windows and military crenellations. His big, shaded eyes took in everything along the way. The two family cars, a Mercedes convertible and a black Mini, were parked on the gravel in the shade of a big tree. The main gates were big and the perimeter wall high, but it would be easy enough to get in. He'd already taken a look behind the house and the gardens beyond that, and seen a bulldozer moving earth, digging out another swimming pool by the look of it. It was silent now. The carabinieri the captain had sent up had stopped the work. He had spotted the corner of a broken roof low down on the hillside within the wall, a peasant's cottage. There was sure to be a door in the wall there, and a cart track where, in the past, farm produce would have been taken down to Florence in trouble-free times, which didn't seem to have been frequent, from what he'd heard over his years here. The main doors had a sculpted stone coat of arms above them. It wasn't one he recognized, and anyway it was almost worn away. He went inside and removed his hat and sunglasses. Still that crying. A bit quieter now, interspersed with low murmurs. A smooth, new grey stone floor, a modern wrought-iron railing, smooth grey stairs leading down to the kitchen. Rich people always mean trouble. Everything depended on which prosecutor took the case. At the sound of his heavy tread descending the staircase, the crying grew louder. As it turned out, it was another hour before the prosecutor turned up. When he did, deeply tanned, white linen-suited, paunch under a fine striped shirt, the marshal's heart sank. Fulvio de Vita. No doubt the prosecutor was equally dismayed at the sight of the marshal's dark bulk standing in his path. They shook hands. He was a little breathless. You'd think he'd come here at breakneck speed. Guarnaccia. Yes, I remember. And so do I, the marshal thought, particularly the first time he had had to work with him. That case had been in August, too. A clear case of suicide, the prosecutor had decided, anxious to leave for his holidays. Of course, that murder victim had been poor and unimportant. All the stops would be pulled out for this one. "Excuse me." They were on the second-floor landing of the tower and stood back now to let a young carabinieri with a video camera start work. The marshal's big eyes followed him. The cameraman closed in on the shell cases encircled in white chalk on the worn red tiles, then stepped inside, filming everything detail by detail. So much more efficient than the human eye. The marshal himself had picked his way through the living room to where, beyond an open door, the body lay prone beside the bed. He had gone to check for signs of life, although, given the sloppy trail she had left as she dragged herself away from the door, all the way through towards the bedside telephone, there was little chance of finding any. She hadn't made it to the phone. Her arm was stretched out in front of her, her hand touching the sculpted leg of the bedside table, but a bullet in the back of the head had stopped her. Perhaps she had grabbed at the leg. A photograph in a silver frame lay smashed on the shiny